Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update for today, Wednesday, September 4th. Today, we got NBA 30-year mortgage with 6.43, so still below 6.50 in the rate. Applications are still in the positive 1.6%, and refinance pretty high. So people are really taking advantage of these lower rates. But today's very important data was JOLTs job openings with 7.6%. We were expecting 8.10, higher than the previous one, because we want strong signals of labor market, but we got way below the expectations and way below the previous one. 7.6 million, it's really low. And I think that caused a little bit of turmoil in the market. And I think this is what is causing the interest rates to really continuously pushing towards the 50% basis points. And one could think that this is good, but I already told you several times in the past, in my past videos, that 25 basis points, it's good for the markets because the Fed will have their cut, the market will have their support, and everything will go smoothly in 25 basis points steps. But if we start thinking and pricing in 50 basis points at a time, those start stepping to the downside. Big hits of 50 basis points would cause the market to think twice about what is happening, why the Fed is cutting so much. It's something happening that we don't know, and then the market will freak out again, and this is going to be a disaster. So due to the fact that the labor today job openings were lower, showing signs of cooling down, more cooler than expected jolts, that is causing 50 basis points to be pricing in the market, and we are still seeing weakness. That kind of weakness is shown in the 15-minute chart. We got yesterday's move, trend lower, super trend lower. We established a range during the overnight, and we did a little bit of a shy movement to the upside, but we stopped here at the inverse fair value gap with this liquidity being taken, and we are just basically flat at settlement, at prior's close. We are 0.09, and nothing is, it's really moving. A lot of chop, a lot of 1 minute movement. And when we have this kind of chop during the overnight, I took basically this fair value gap tapped in here. This was my only trade. As usual, first candle that taps into the fair value gap with the stop at the low of the candle. 23 points of risk during the overnight, quite volatile overnight, and I was watching for this to be taken. And that's what I did. That's what we took, 65, and then we dropped off. And then we went up. And when we have this chop, we really have to take a step back and see what is truly happening. In the daily, we have this fair value gap being tapped and the 50% retracement being held. At the same time, we have the second inverse fair value gap that is being formed by today's daily candle. And it's going to be quite important if we check the weekly. This candle is going to sooner or later take part of the price action, but for now, I want to see the bigger picture. We want to see this level, consequent encroachment of the weekly fair value gap being held. And if not, let's see how this week reacts. That's what I have tracked in here. This green line is the 0.5%, the consequent encroachment of this week. And I have also the blue dot line that is last week low, which is exactly this point, this low of the week. If we go back to the 15-minute and we start checking that, we know that we are not taking this last week low, and we don't even, I mean, that's far away. This is the consequent encroachment of that week. So we are pretty weak. We are pretty weak. And the daily fair value gap, it's being built right now. We have more levels to the upside, but I don't see this market really strong. Yesterday was a pretty immense weekday, and I don't see this market today pushing and trying to regain yesterday's levels. I can see more downside throughout the week, because apart from yesterday, we are not even touching the lowest levels. We are super weak. So I would expect more downside, and the fundamental side of things, the JOLTs are not helping. Nvidia today is just a little bit of a bounce, but look at semiconductors, our mixed sentiment. ASML is down 3%. Banks are all pretty much in the red. The Russell, it's trying to push, but after yesterday's move, everything is it was a shakeout. It was an earthquake. Copper, it's being destroyed. China is being destroyed. Sorry, Japan. So we have UK also weak. This is not only about US. And this candle may have a lot of pressure to the downside. This fair value gap, it's what I'm watching. Again, same as yesterday. We need to see how we close today. So if we remove what happened today, let's take out what happened. Now that we talk about that, we have this 15-minute fair value gap taken. Let's remove that liquidity. We have an order block here. And coupled with the fact that this is last week low, the first thing I would like to see is the Nasdaq closing above this level. And then tomorrow we will talk again. If we are not seeing that, I would be not so bullish for the rest of the week. Don't get me wrong, I'm still thinking the same. I'm not going to short this market. I prefer to wait for my opportunity to take longs. Like the one that we cover here in pre-market, like for example, the one that took here on the first fair value gap right here, or for example, this was another one. I mean, the opportunities are there, but this market has a lot of chop, a lot of pressure to the downside, a lot of sellers. And algorithmically speaking, I don't see this is efficient price action. And when I don't see price delivery being provided to the market, I'm just not trading. I'm super happy with my 60 points today. That was more than expected after seeing the chop during the overnight. So I'm going to be extremely patient. And don't forget about these 10%. Don't forget about the 1 hour fair value gap. Don't forget about the daily, which we are holding. That's the only signal of bullishness today. We are holding the consequent encroachment on the daily fair value gap. Unless I see the bearish order block being destroyed, I mean, I need to see more price. So patience, guys. We need more patience. So that's all from my side. As always, thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, because I upload videos like this one every single day for market forecasts, market updates, and market recaps. I appreciate your time. As always, remember that patience, discipline, and risk management are key for your success. Stay safe, everyone, and see you tomorrow.